Hi and welcome back to Classic MGB. Now today we're somewhere special. We're at Unit 70 just outside Abingdon and I'm with Bob Colwell, who's a member of the MGB Register Committee. He's got a lovely RV8 and today he's having some power steering fitted. So Bob, tell me, why do you think power steering is important?
Well, I've had this car just over a year and to date my muscles are starting to collapse under me. As I get older, then it's more and more difficult to manoeuvre the car in tight circumstances. So it's time now to put the power steering on and be able to enjoy the car a lot more.
Yeah, I think that's right. A lot of people, purists, would say, oh, you can't change anything. But for me, if it makes it more enjoyable to drive, then that's the right thing.
Should have put it in the car in the first place.
Yeah.
The car's built for that. It's very heavy steering. Okay when you're going down the motorway, but of course when you start to manoeuvre in traffic, then it becomes very difficult. So it's that or it's going.
Yeah. And is this your first MG, I'll say MGB, or
I've got an MGB GT as well, which was my first classic car, and I've had that for about 6 years now, and we enjoy driving that. But this was just a little detour into something a bit meatier, and so we're giving this a go for the summer.
And do you think the GT might be having power steering, or is it?
No. I've put a bigger steering wheel on the GT, so it's much easier to manoeuvre.
That's interesting then. So the RV8 has much heavier steering than the GT.
Oh, much heavier. Yeah. Although the engine is actually lighter, has got a lot bigger wheels and a smaller steering wheel, and the two is rather like being in fifth gear on a bike and starting to pedal off. You know, it is very difficult to get going.
Excellent. Well, we better not waste any more time. Let's hand your car over to Dan and see how we get on.
We will indeed. Thank you very much indeed.
Cheers. Well, before we start, I thought I'd better catch up with boss, Dan Cook. So, Dan, what are you going to do to Bob's car?
Well, today we're going to fit easy power steering, as requested by Bob. To hopefully make a difference.
So, what do you think the main problems are going to be? You haven't done many of these?
No, we've done a couple. Only one RV8 in the past. It's just, fingers crossed, it all comes apart nicely. Electrics, you never know what's going to be there, but, we'll find out.
Okay, before we get the boys on the car, tell me a bit about Unit 70.
Unit 70, it's been open since 2021 now. We do anything from MGs to Austins to Ferraris to race cars, anything really, anything classic, different, parts, supplies, merchandise, bit of everything really. Yeah.
Excellent. So I think it's about time we let them get on with it, don't you?
Perfect.
Well, Dan suggested that I sat in the car to see how hard the steering is, so I'm going to try. I'm going to have to put the microphone down because I can't do it with one hand. Well, if any proof was needed that you need power steering on this car, I think I've just proved it. The first step was to get the car onto the lift and to take a good look at the instructions to make sure all the parts were there and that there were no updates to the kit since the last time they installed one. Next, once suitable seat protection had been put in place, it was off with the steering wheel and cowling. At the same time, the upper part of the steering column was released in the engine bay. The kit comes with a new column, so the old one wouldn't be needed, but the removal process was complicated by the lack of space available due to the V8. Apparently, this is much easier in a standard MGB with the B-Series engine. Once the old steering column was out of the car and on the bench, it was time to transfer the stalks to the new column. The ignition switch also needed swapping over, and this involved breaking the shear bolts and replacing them. Luckily, new ones are included in the kit. Once as much as possible had been completed on the bench, it was time to fit the new column, which involved a bit of fettling to ensure the motor on the new column fitted neatly behind the fascia. It was then time to reconnect the new column to the universal joint in the engine bay, and also reconnect the loom to the column stalks and ignition switch. Next up was fitting the control box and the rotary control that allows the strength of the power steering to be varied by the driver. This needed to be within easy reach of the driving position whilst remaining unobtrusive. Not that easy a task in an RV8. Once installed, it was time to tackle the wiring, which involved a fused 12-volt feed from the battery and a feed from the ignition switch live. As with many wiring tasks, a lot of the issues aren't the connections themselves, but more about ensuring the wiring runs are neatly contained within the trim. Finally, the column cowling and steering wheel were replaced, and it was ready for Dan to give it a test drive. Well, they've done the job, so the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Look at that. Smooth as anything. So I'm happy, but then I haven't paid for this, so I reckon the next step is to get Bob to have a drive, see how he gets on. Well, here we are, Bob. About to have a go.
Yeah,
excited?
I'm looking forward to it, certainly am.
Off we go then.
All right.
Oh, it sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Here we go.
Off we go.
There we go.
Yeah, just nice. Give it a bit of beans.
Oh yeah. There's plenty of those.
Instantly.
Wow.
Instantly notice the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually do. Mind the Ferrari?
Yeah, avoid the Ferrari is probably a good idea.
That's a different beast, isn't it?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, you wouldn't be doing this.
God, it feels very tight. I've not been in an RV8 before.
Have you not?
No, it feels very tight.
It's a different beast.
Than the old B, oh yeah. Just feels really taut.
There.
Easy, you can adjust it of course, can't you?
Yeah.
Interesting to see how that adjustment works.
It's a different animal altogether.
Yeah.
Yes. So much easier to drive.
Even going at a reasonable speed.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent.
You can just do it with one hand.
Yeah.
Whereas it was very much a grip.
It doesn't feel over assisted.
No.
It just feels just about right. Excellent.
Just go that way. We won't go over the opposite.
No, try and avoid it. Yeah. Although I suspect this handle speed bumps a lot better than my B does. Mine's lowered.
Less suspension.
I'd be scraping. Oh, I'd be scraping my exhaust on that. This is very nice, you know.
It's a different animal to drive.
Yeah, I can believe it. I can believe it. You could do some touring in this, couldn't you?
Yes, indeed. The only downside is the capacity of the boot.
Yes. Yeah. You can feel it wants to go.
Yeah.
Just impressed.
We're in fourth now.
Yeah, it's just tootles along, doesn't it? Yeah, no, this is lovely. Oh, yeah. Lovely. Gotta hold my hat, I think.
That's what the B was supposed to do.
Well, yeah. How does it handle when you're going quicker?
Yeah, it's easy to oversteer.
Yeah. It's just getting used to it, I suppose, isn't it? Getting used to the power steering.
Just wants to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic. Nice day for it as well.
Absolutely lovely.
See how it does in a Yui. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You'd have been sweating before the power steering, wouldn't you? Oh, it sits down beautifully, doesn't it, when you put your foot down? Wow. It's the thing, in its day, you know, your Ferraris were doing sort of 0 to 60 in 5, weren't they? So
Indeed, they were,
it's
yes.
pretty competitive for a early 1990s car, you know?
Indeed it is, yeah. Last throw of the dice for Boston Road.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's
Lovely
beautiful,
engine.
though. It is beautiful. It feels so smooth. And actually, do you know what it feels like a modern car?
Oh yeah. You can sit on the motorway at 70.
Yeah.
And just know you can just flip the accelerator
Yeah.
if you need to.
Time.
Oh, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Eh?
I can see, like,
Yeah.
that's hard one-handed,
You'll be
isn't it?
fighting your way around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big difference, isn't it, was when you're parking and you're trying to do it and somebody's sort of looking at
Just
you. And,
manoeuvring
yeah, absolutely.
in and out of a car park. It is, well, you have to build yourself up for it.
yeah. You go to the gym
Here
3
we
times
go.
a week.
Yeah, here's the workout.
Yeah.
I'm told off for going in the wrong entry.
Oh, yeah, well, you went in the other one.
Yeah.
So that was a car for a minute. Was that?
Yeah.
Well, Bob, there you go. Enjoy it.
Fabulous.
It's excellent, isn't it?
Look.
Yeah, look at that. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, Bob, many thanks for letting us take part in your
more than
adventure into power steering.
More than
And I hope you enjoy the car.
I certainly will.
Cheers.
Certainly will. Hope you enjoyed the drive.
I have, definitely.
Fabulous.
So there you go. One very happy customer with his power steering fitted to his RV8. Now, I found some other cars that I really rather like at Unit 70, including this Ferrari 308, but unfortunately it's not in a drivable state at the moment. So I'm just going to have to go back in my normal car. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like, give it a share, and if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, that would be absolutely fantastic. As always, many thanks for watching, and take care.